Hello everyone, this is Yolanda here, and today I'll be talking about my June and July declutter hauls. I'm combining these videos because in June I didn't declutter anything physical, and in July I have decluttered a couple of items, but I think the most important things that I've decluttered over the past couple of months is limiting self-beliefs. First, I just want to show you the two things that I decluttered this month. It was a printer that I had. I stopped using it. If I need to get something printed, I just go to Staples and have it printed there. It's pretty cheap per page. And I also got rid of the Core Body Reformer exercise machine that I had. It was something that I bought a few years ago. I used it here and there, but I was tired of having it laying around. I don't use it here because it's really not enough space, and I don't need it. Any exercise that I do, it doesn't require any equipment. So I just do yoga, stretching, jumping jacks, push-ups, things that just require my body. So yeah, I didn't need it. I was trying to sell both of them online through a couple of swap and sell groups on Facebook, and I even had them listed on Craigslist for a while, but they just weren't selling. So I decided just to donate them to the Samaritan House in my town and let somebody else use them. As I mentioned earlier in the video, the most important things that I decluttered over the past 2 months has been like limiting self-beliefs. And the beliefs were surrounding making money and creating products to make money, and also the audience that I'm trying to reach through my blog and all of the social media and resources that I create about minimalism and simple living. So in June, I realized that I have to start selling something within my business. To call it a business, you have to sell something. And I created the workbook, and it was a great product that I was giving away for free. But I got so many positive comments and responses from the workbook that I realized I can be making some money from this workbook. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't give away free stuff, because I think that's very important in attracting those people to you, especially people who don't know you and are still trying to get a gist for who you are and if they even like you or the content that you're putting out. But for me, it was realizing I have products and things that could be making me money that I need because I work for myself. So all the money that I make comes from things that I'm actively doing, whether it's selling my jewelry, selling stuff I don't need, or doing temp jobs. I don't have a stable income, so I have to find lots of different ways to make money. And I put a lot of time and resources into creating my blog and putting out good content, and I deserve to be financially compensated for that content. So like I said, I took the workbook down. I have another free item up now. It's a 10-day simple living challenge. It's 10 days, 10 simple activities that you can do, one per day, that'll help you start to change your mindset around simple living. Each day covers a different area of your life. So it's like the workbook, but it's a very simplified version of the workbook. So that is available. I'll put a link in the description box. The workbook is now up on my website for sale, and that will be the digital copy. And I also will be selling a print copy through CreateSpace and Amazon. That will be up for sale hopefully by August 1st. The workbook is much larger than the one that I was giving away for free. I've added 20 pages to the workbook and added a few more worksheets and other tips. So that's going, and then I have some other ideas of how to monetize my knowledge. The second limiting belief that I had to let go of is that my content needs to apply to a very broad audience to have the most impact. They talk about this all the time. If you're ever taking any training in business, online marketing, or anything related to that, they always talk about finding your niche. And I sort of have a niche. Talking about minimalism and simple living is a niche, and primarily I target women. So that is a niche within itself, women who are interested in simple living, but it's still a very broad niche. While I will still continue to do, sort of beginner how-to content, through videos and blog posts, I'll still be doing those things. You are going to start to see a bit more specific content coming from me. It's going to be geared towards Black people, and specifically Black women, and how they can use minimalism as a tool to break free from the systems. Minimalism as a tool to support Black liberation. You cannot help but to hear about all of the deaths and injustice. So that's something that's really been on my mind a lot. I mean, it's always been on my mind as a Black person living in America. You can't escape it, but with the advent of social media, it's a constant, you're constantly reminded. And it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's a good thing because we're aware. The constant bombardment of injustice and racism, you can't hide from it, is what I'm saying. And that's a good thing because it makes you more aware, makes you conscious of what's going on. It's a bad thing because, it can take a toll on you psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, when you constantly see people who look like you being treated unjustly. We all have something to add to this conversation, this discussion, and we all can contribute to it in some way. But my way of protesting is through minimalism. By stepping away from the system, which is the political system, it's the economic system. I will get more into this in more videos. I'm going to have a video series actually on this, but I just wanted to let you know that you're going to start to see more videos and more content from me that focus specifically on how Black people can use minimalism as a tool for liberation. Also, when you search minimalism online, the people who are the most popular, majority of them are white, except for the guy who does Zen Habits, Leo Babatua. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing his name, but and he's from Guam. So there aren't a lot of voices from people of color that are talking about minimalism. So over the past, 7 months or so, I've been doing everything I can to research people of color, specifically Black people though, who talk about minimalism. And I found a lot of them I found through YouTube, but another goal of mine is to sort of elevate those voices. It's important to see people who look like you talking about the things that matter to you. So my goal is to create a platform where we can feature the voices of Black minimalists, where we can address issues specifically within the Black community that minimalism can help solve, and just collaborating with other minimalist, simple living experts, whomever of color, so that we can, like I said, elevate each other's voices. It's my goal to use my voice and my platform to spread minimalism to other communities, and hopefully, we can do some good with minimalism. I'll have links to the things that I mentioned earlier in this video. you have any questions, please leave them below. And that's it. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.